Tonight's game is a presentation of B92.7 FM Sports.
Breckenridge Cowboys football is on the air. Tonight's game is brought to you by Action Realty, Breckenridge Public Schools, Builders First Source, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Hike Camp Construction, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Red River Agency, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Titan Machinery, Twin Town Villa, Vision Ford, and the Wilkin Drink and Eatery. Now here's KBMW's Turner Bloffice.
And welcome to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Bloffice here. We got Breckenridge Cowboys football on the airwaves taking on the New York Mills Eagles. And what is, we've been talking about this throughout the week, turning into a little bit of a rivalry between these two schools. A couple years ago, these two squads matched up at the Fargo Dome for a section championship, and that did not go very well for the Cowboys. And then the next year, Breckenridge got a little payback at New York Mills, ended their season in the section semifinals to go to the section championship. So both these teams have bounced each other the last couple years. So definitely going to be some bad blood. A lot of these guys who are sophomores and freshmen who played in those games are going to definitely be looking for some revenge no matter what side of the ball you're on. Someone's going to be looking to get even today. So I'll run through how Breckenridge got to this point in the year. 1-4 so far. Definitely not where they wanted to be at this point, but definitely making some strides. And we saw that last week against a very tough Parker's Prairie squad. We'll run through the schedule for you so far. They open up the year against a very stout Pelican Rapids squad. 28-14, they lost that one against a very strong Pelican Rapids rushing attack. Stables Motley fell to them 28-27 in overtime, and that was here at Cowboy Field, the home opener. And then they followed that up with a lopsided loss against Pillager. Pillager really poured it on at a 27-point second quarter in what ended up being a 39-16 victory at Pillager. Breckenridge got their lone win of the season the next week, bounced back in a big way with a 49-12 beatdown of Pine River Bacchus here on Cowboy Field. And then they followed it up with a game against the final undefeated team in the section, Parker's Prairie, and they came up short against them 22-15, and I thought the defense looked real sharp there. Not looking for a whole – obviously they looked sharp because that was a really hot offense to limit to just 22 points. But, Breckenridge just couldn't come up with enough big plays on the offensive side of the ball to even it up the score. That's how they ended up falling to 1-4. New York Mills, they got one more win than Breckenridge does. I'll run through their schedule now. They open up the year with a 13-6 nail-biter loss to Ada Borup. Followed it up with a 38-0 victory over Pine River Bacchus. So both of these squads got one over Pine River Bacchus so far. They followed it up with a 39-0 loss to Parker's Prairie. Once again, Breckenridge played and lost to by a touchdown last week. Followed it up with a 19-7 loss to Walker Hackensack Akeley to fall to 1-3 on the year. And then bounced back with a narrow win over Wadena Deer Creek. 12-8 was the final score last week, and that was at New York Mills. So New York Mills trying to put their first win streak together, and Breckenridge trying to keep that from happening to get their second win of the season. And by the way, we'll start off with the pregame show with your Otter Tail Power Poll ranking on for conservation. Parker's Prairie, who Breckenridge played last week, like I said, the last, not only the last undefeated team in Section 6A, the only team in Section 6A with a winning record. Yes, you heard that right. Out of 8 teams in Section 6A, only one of them has a winning record so far. Parker's Prairie 5-0, 7th in the state by QRF. West Central area is up next with a 2-3 record. New York Mills is also 2-3, so we're seeing a 2-3 squad tonight who's number 3 in the sections. The Breckenridge could definitely help themselves out, maybe leapfrog some teams with a win tonight. Lake Park Audubon, the last team getting a home playoff game if the season ended today. They're 2-3. Oh, my apologies. Brandon Evansville also has a winning record, but the QRF has them as 5th. So 2 teams with winning records in Section 6A. Was not expecting that, as Brandon Evansville Ashby with a 3-2 record is at the 5 spot. So they would not be getting a home playoff game if the season ended today. And then 3 1-4 teams at the bottom: Walker Hackensack Akeley, Breckenridge, and Pine River Bacchus. So Breckenridge coming in this game as the 7th team in Section 6A. New York Mills, the number 3 team in Section 6A. And we'll hear what head coach Carson Yagi has to say about that when we jump back to an interview for him. You're listening to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show on B92.7 FM, 25 minutes away from kickoff.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wapton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. And joining me like we always do in the pregame show is head coach Carson Yagi. And how's it going today, Cars?
Oh, doing good. How are you doing, Turner?
Not bad at all. We got another Football Friday in the books, and should be a fun one. New York Mills coming to town, and I was actually talking about this with Dawson Weinbar. We did the Snap Spotlight interview earlier today. It seems like Breckenridge and New York Mills, after matching up in a couple postseasons, got a little bit of a rivalry going on.
You know, it's good. It's good to always have rivalries. It gets the kids excited, and after the past 2 playoffs where, they beat us 2 years ago, we got them last year, and, it's fun. It's kind of turning it into something. It's fun.
Yeah, both of them were ended up being pretty lopsided results, so maybe we're in for something a little different. It seems like it's going to be a pretty evenly matched foe coming to town.
Yeah, no, it should be. They're a very good team, very well coached as always. Don't have I know their record probably doesn't show how good they actually are, but should be a fun one.
Gotcha. And last week, Parker's Prairie, a tough loss on the road, but a very stout team. What did you think of your guys' effort, especially in the second half to, cut into that lead and almost make the comeback?
In the first half, we came out flat, but I can't give enough credit to how the kids responded in the second half. They got going, and they showed themselves more so than not how good of a team that they can really be. And I know they're ready to go this week now just because they're tired of the moral victory side of football. They're ready to go. They're ready to win some football games and had a great week of practice. Credit to all the seniors and the captains there. And I mean, it should be a good one.
Let's show some love to the defense. They came up huge on multiple occasions last week, and some big 3-and-outs to keep you guys in the game. What did you think of the way they performed?
The defense, I thought, played really well, other than a couple mistakes on certain downs where they got some pretty long touchdown runs on us. But I mean, everything that happened or they scored on, we think is totally fixable, and we've been working to fix it all week. And a lot of credit to Tucker Shocker. He played great up front, or great from the linebacker spot. Was constantly flying around and wreaking havoc in their defense. And it's something that he's kind of in a unique role. We call him almost the shock backer after his older brother, Alex Shocker. Those two have really defined our defense over the past couple of years with how they play, and it's something that only they can do to that level.
Yeah, and I was thinking that too, watching him perform, about how big of a leap he's taken, especially since the Pillager game, because, kind of a similar style of, misdirection with the runs and, staying disciplined in that. And I thought he did a great job of that, along with the rest of your defense, staying disciplined. Like you said, just a couple big runs that you had to, get out of there.
Yeah, no, they did, and they're learning from it, and, should be good to go. You never want to make the same mistake twice, and hopefully these are mistakes that we've cleared up, and we've improved upon for the future.
You guys really put the ball in Bailey's hands for the second half last week, really just letting him, kind of put the team on his back. What did you think of the way that he was being a warrior last week?
We know what Bailey's going to give us every week, and for the past couple of weeks, we haven't been able to fully utilize that, just to almost protect him to a certain extent. Bailey's going to be a kid who, whatever we ask him to do, he is going to go out there and do it to the best of his abilities, whether it's blocking for someone on a reverse, whether it's running the football, throwing the football. He is going to fly around, play his absolute hardest, and, big credit to him on how hard he ran on Friday night.
Okay, who are some of the guys to watch out for New York Mills?
Oh, they've kind of shifted their offense around. Number 3, their quarterback, very good athlete, very tough to tackle in space. They got a pretty good athlete at running back. This number 2 does a great job of getting to the edge, and once he gets to the edge, he's got pretty good speed on the outside. Good receiver, number 9, who can really go. They like to throw the deep ball too. Goes up and catches it pretty well. And then up front, number 60 has given us some problems in the past, and he's been a really good player for them this year as well.
Okay, and what are some of the things that maybe you guys, I don't know if you went back to watch the film when you guys played them last year, because I know it's completely different teams on both sides of the ball, but what do you think is something that you guys saw from beating up on them last year that you want to kind of take into this game and hopefully, roll with that?
I don't know how much there is last year with how much of a different team they are. Just really kind of seeing how they played us. If we're going to be more of a run heavy game, are they going to shift to this type of defense? If we start to throw the ball around a little bit more, what are they going to go to? And I think last year's and 2 years ago's film have really shown us how they're going to try to stop the run if that's what gets rolling for us.
Gotcha. Anything else like that, Cars?
Nope. Go Cowboys.
And we'll return to the Wilkins Drink and Eatery pregame show after this quick break. Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
And welcome back to the Wilkins Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Bluff is here. I somehow forgot to tell all of you fantastic listeners that it is also senior night here, and they got the field looking very nice. If you guys can tell, the end zone's got the big white Cowboys going across it, and I'm told athletic director Chad Frederickson did all that to get this nice and looking great for senior night. So shout out, Coach. I'm still calling him Coach, even though he's obviously not coaching anymore, but yeah, he was my coach, so obviously I'm going to keep calling him that. So I better recognize the seniors real quick here. Bailey Evans, of course, Tucker Schockert, as well as Dawson Weinbar. Just had Dawson Weinbar on for a nice interview for our Snap Spotlight if you want to check that out on our YouTube channel. Jacob Kunkel, Carter Benson as well, Brian Martinez, Jackson Graves Bolte, Alan Martinez, Thomas Couts as well. Got manager Spencer Boson mixed in there. And then cheerleaders Emily Differding, Paige Schreiber, and Madison Villarreal as well. So congratulations to senior, and I hope they have a fantastic and memorable senior night. And now jumping back into the, all the pregame fun that we have in our Wilkins Drink and Eatery pregame show, including your injury report, which is brought to you by CHI St. Francis. And on the injury report today, we got some bad news for the Cowboys. Jackson Riggs, unfortunately, is going to be out this week, and I believe the next couple weeks as well. Probably going to miss the rest of the regular season with a broken wrist. Got a hairline fracture going on, so they're going to hopefully get him back for the playoffs. We shall see. And that's the only one that head coach Carson Yagi gave me, but I see there's also a couple guys out in street clothes, Alan Martinez and Tucker Schockert as well, so unfortunately we'll not be seeing them. Not sure if they suffered an injury as well, but big losses for the Cowboys on all three of those guys. All three of those guys were starters. Martinez is going both ways. Riggs was a starter, and then also got on defense was a starter, actually a returning starter from last year as a freshman, and also was getting worked in on the offense too, tight end, and they just moved him to the offensive line to try to get some depth there. And then Schockert, who had really been coming on, if you heard that that interview that we did with that I did with head coach Carson Yagi, we were kind of raving about him and how much he's improved this year, and kind of being the guy over on the edge who's kind of blowing up plays with the QBs. So he will definitely be missed tonight. That's going to be something they're going to have to adjust for, of course. And we're going to mix that in. That, once again, part of your injury report brought to you by CHI St. Francis. We have no injuries to report for New York Mills, but now we'll move on to, like I said, we're moving on to the keys to the game brought to you by Smith Motors. small town friendly, big town deals. And the reason I was saying the injury report's going to carry into that is because that's going to be my first key for the defense is with all these missing faces. Shocker's a big loss, of course. Jackson Riggs, you lose that experience, as well as Alan Martinez, lose that experience as well. So how are these new guys going to step in and perform? And basically they just got to step in and, obviously not get exposed, basically. They got to do their job and nothing more than that. They're not going out there to try to do everyone else's job. They just got to be a star in their own role. So I would say for the defense, that's going to be my big thing. Those three guys stepping up, and we'll let you know who the whole starting lineup is when we get to that later on in the show. But my key to the game for the offense, because they only lost one starter, even though Jackson Riggs was getting worked in offensively as well. Get the passing game going earlier. That'd be ideal. You got to be two-dimensional, and you can't just be running the ball, even though the run game has come a long way this year. But I would say get the passing game going early on. Get Kunkel involved in the passing game as well as Dawson Weinbar. Maybe some of those tight end rollouts that they really love to do, or even those pop passes to David Erlinson as well. Maybe a screen to Paul Armitage. We haven't seen that little middle screen that they did the first few weeks of the season that I loved so much. So anyway, they can get the passing game going early on is my key to the game for the offense, and then my key to the game for the defense is these new guys stepping in are going to have to step up, and all the guys who are regulars on the defense are going to pick up some slack here. So those are my keys to the game, brought to you by Smith Motors in Wapaton. Small town friendly, big town deals. Now we'll take another quick break on the Wilkins Drink and Eatery pregame show. Loop back with your starting lineups, which are brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. You're listening to the Wilkins Drink and Eatery pregame show on B92.7.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires, plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We are your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer. Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com. It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Hey, friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
And welcome back to the Wilkins Drink and Eatery pregame show. Once again, a tradition of good taste and company. Just got a quick score update. Wapton got an early start. They are playing on the road against Grand Forks Central. They start up at 6 o'clock today, and Wapton trails 13-0. 3:10 left in the second quarter, so Andrew Zimmel will hopefully be sending me some updates. We shall see. But I know you guys are more focused on this game. Obviously, I'll stick with it. Do not worry. And it is time for your starting lineups. Brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. Start off with the New York Mills starters. At quarterback, they have number 3, Finn Roeder, who is a sophomore in the squad. Tegan Lawson, we're number 2. He's a senior. We're number 5. You got the Reggie Bush running back number. Hunter Bozeman, who is a junior. Isaac Kaluski is a junior wide receiver wearing number 10. Another wide receiver, they got Deshaun Robinson. He's a senior wearing number 9. And at tight end, they have number 8, Joe Mann, who is a junior on the squad. Up front, they got a pair of tackles, Grady Roberts, who is a sophomore. And then Sam Kopweiler, who is a senior wearing number 54. And, by the way, Roberts wears 65. The guards are Will Seam, who is a senior, and Bode Roberts, another senior. Seam wears 61. Roberts wears 60. And Blake Unger, the junior center, wears number 62. I should have done that. 60, 61, and 62. I messed that one up. I wish I had a do-over. So that is who's starting for the offense for New York Mills. And on the defense, they got Braxton Einert, who is a junior wearing number 12 at safety. The other safety is Robinson, who we saw on the offense earlier. Loston starting at a corner. Finn Roeder at a corner as well. Elijah Menzie is an outside linebacker on this squad. Joe Mann also an outside linebacker. Blake Unger, middle linebacker, wearing number 62. Sam Kopweiler is playing defensive end, as is Will Seam. And then Carter Huddela is a senior defensive tackle wearing number 63. Bode Roberts, a senior defensive tackle wearing number 60. The punter for this squad, got to go through the specialists. Punter is Braxton Einert, who's wearing number 12 once again. And the kicker is Deshaun Robinson. And then the punt returners, Robinson once again, and Finn Roeders. We're going to get a healthy dose of Robinson pretty much all across the board. So have a look at your New York Mills starters, and now for your Breckenridge Cowboys starters. With once again, we got some changes to this starting lineup. Eli Butts starting at right tackle, wearing number 56. He's a junior, 5'11", 250 is what he's listed at. At right guard is Brian Martinez. As I said, his twin brother Alan Martinez not be playing in this game. Brian wearing number 52, listed at 5'10", 200 pounds. Henry Sledadall at the center position, 5'9", 180-pound sophomore. Tegan Abel, also a sophomore, at left guard, wearing number 54, listed at 5'10", 190. 5'10", 190. I had to double check that. Carter Benson, also listed at 190. He's wearing number 50 and is 6 foot. And then Caleb Albertson at a tight end, wearing number 4. He's a junior, 6'1", 170 is what he's listed at. Dawson Weinbar and Jacob Kunkel, the senior captain wide receivers. Weinbar, 5'9", 165. He is wearing number 12. Jacob Kunkel wearing number 17, listed at 6'2", 180. David Erlinson and Paul Armitage, the standout running backs on this squad. Erlinson, a sophomore, wearing number 21, and is listed at 5'10", 185. Armitage listed at 5'11", 185. Junior running back wearing number 33, Bailey Evans, wearing number 7. Being playing quarterback, listed at 5'10", 190. And I will tell you who's starting on the defense. My apologies on these Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley starting lineups, as we've got the national anthem kicking in, so my apologies for that. We'll come back with the defense and your opening kick. You're listening to the Wilkins Drink and Eatery pregame show on B92.7 FM.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. we inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
All right, who's ready for some football? As I got to get you the defensive starters. My apologies for that. I've been timing the national anthem up pretty good this year, so my apologies for that. I'm going to mess up eventually, I'm sure. Dawson Weinbar starting at a corner, as is Lawson Oliphant, coming off a nice week last week. 6'1", 165 sophomore, we're number 28. Bailey Evans playing free safety. Linebackers are Trey Vogelbacher, Jacob Kunkel, Paul Armitage, as well as David Erlinson and Riley Kappas getting the start today in the absence of Tucker Shocker. My apologies, Tucker Shocker not starting. Riley Kappas starting with David Erlinson. And Brian Martinez up front, as well as Eli Butts and Jackson Graves-Bolte. Graves-Bolte getting the start for Martinez. And Evans going both ways this week, has to slide in for Jackson Riggs, so at least they got some experience. As New York Mills won the toss and deferred. And Deshaun Robinson booting away, and we are off. And kicked it very deep. They were not ready for that one. Into the end zone. Paul Armitage is like, oh boy. And the returners back there were Paul Armitage and Gabe Armitage. Dawson Weinbar handles the punt returning duties. Bailey Evans handles the kicking duties. Cooper Roberts having a nice season doing the punting duties. Jackson Graves-Bolte, we mentioned earlier, is the long snapper. And Dawson Weinbar is the holder. Once again, Dawson Weinbar came in for a fantastic interview today. So make sure to go check that out on our YouTube channel. KBMW News Live for our Snap Spotlight interview. Cowboys coming up 1st and 10 at the 20. You got Bailey Evans in the offset eye pistol. He's going to hand it up the middle. Paul Armitage keeping those feet pumping, even though the New York Mills guys are dragging him the other way, but forward progress is going to be in his favor. Running with the off tackle to start this off. You got Deshaun Robinson making the stop. 6-yard gain for Paul Armitage. Cowboys coming out. Ooh, full house pistol. They got 3 running backs. And they're going to go Lawson Oliphant, who's kind of getting a little more action lately, and he's going to get the first down. And he's kind of the backup running back who comes in to spell Armitage or Erlinson every now and then. Goes in for a 5-yard burst. We've seen, not too surprising to see that formation, though, because that was a staple in NDSU's playbook when head coach Carson Yagi was on the squad. So I could tell he's a big fan of that formation as well. I thought I was the only one who loved that formation around here, but where they go Lawson Oliphant to the left, David Erlinson to the right, and then Paul Armitage behind Bailey Evans. So you got 4 dangerous rushers back there at the same time. This time they only got 1 running back there, but they motioned David Erlinson back there with Evans. Evans, the QB drop the middle. Looks like he's going to get a couple yards. And they got my hopes up with Oliphant last week, too, because I was saying we got to get this kid more touches. They got him in on the first drive, and then they never brought him in again. So I hope that is not the case once again today. As Bailey Evans gets a couple yards, sets up a 2nd and 8 on their opening drive. 10-10 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard in this opening quarter. Breckenridge and New York Mills. Neither team has scored. We're only a few plays into this. Hold your horses. Full house pistol once again. 3 running backs in the backfield with Bailey Evans. He fakes the handoff, keeps up the middle. Ooh! That's a hurdle. And he's going to get close to the first down. And as you can tell by my excitement, that was a pretty sick little hurdle there at a diving tackler. We'll see how close he's going to get to the first down. Gain of, call that a gain of 5. Art's going to call it a gain of 6 for a 3rd and 2. I'm going to go with him. Bailey Evans 2 carries for 8 yards so far. Sets up 3rd and 2. Big third down here. Breckenridge still in their own territory. Going to hand it off to Armitage, and he's going to get stacked up by the Eagles. He actually fumbled it, but it looks like he was down before that. And, yeah, I was going to say, it looked like he was down before that. Ended up losing a couple yards. It's a tough break for the Cowboys to open this one up. They're going to have to bring out the punt formation. Cooper Roberts, once again, handling the punt duties. Back to return is Finn Roeder. Roberts back to punt. And snap is clean. Punt is clean. We'll see where Roeder fields it. It's just going to let it bounce. Not the longest punt in the world. And scooped up by the Cowboys. That was number 13. Gotta double check that. Isaiah Hill. Isaiah Hill, who hung out with me in Pillager running the camera. Glad to see he's healthy and good to go. Getting a spot on the punt team. I say I'm happy to see him on the field, but if he's only out there for the punt team, then, a little less happy if you're a Breckenridge listener. And it looks like New York Mills is going to come out. They got 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, and they're going to go in a pistol set too. Also got a tight end on the right side. They're going to start off with a run up the middle and a solid gain to open this one up. A nice run there by Tegan Lawson. Lawson with a 7-yard burst to get this rolling, or 6 yards. 6-yard gain for Lawson. Eagles come up to the line, rocking these white jerseys I like so much. They're blue trim. Same formation. And very similar play, too. He's going to have to bounce it over to the left side, fumble, but it looks like the Eagles got back on it. I want to say, got to see who was in on that tackle. Might have been Trey Vogelbacher. I know he was in trying to get on the fumble. It's like Lawson lost a yard or two. I thought David Erlinson was there, too, but, David Erlinson's kind of a crutch. It's so easy to just say he might have been the one getting the tackle that sometimes I'm just like, oh, yeah, it must have been him. I have to stick with I'm not 100% sure who got the tackle there, so my apologies. Lawson loses a yard on that one, but luckily did not fumble it away for him. That's what he's thinking. They got a pair of running backs in the backfield now and an H-back on the right side, too. They're going to go with an I formation, and they're going to bust off a pretty big gain. First down and some more. That was Lawson again. So 3 plays, 3 runs by Lawson. Gain of 8 to move the sticks. So far he's got 13 yards on 3 carries. Breckenridge Cowboys. No, they have a lot of weapons they got to slow down here, and they're going to go the I formation again. Breckenridge showing blitz. They fake the fullback handoff. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Dawson Weinbar played it cleanly. Missed the tackle, but Riley Kappas laid a nice little stick. But a gain of 4 on the play for Finn Roeder. Kappas making his first start of his career. Oh, gain of 3. Yeah, that's a gain of 3. So first carry by a New York Mills player that was not Tegan Lawson. New York Mills coming up in the 1 running back pistol again. Handed off to Lawson, and Lawson with a nice gain. Kappas making the tackle again. Paul Armitage in there as well. See where they down him at. Looks like a gain of 8 on that one. That was a physical run. So Eagles moving the sticks once again. So after the 8-yard, back-to-back 8-yard runs from Lawson. We'll see if we see our first pass play of the game here from the Eagles, but the run game's been so effective. Maybe they'll just stick with what's working. They go up the middle, and that is wrapped up in a hurry by David Erlinson. Jackson Graves Bolte also getting in on the tackle. They give him a yard on that one, so thus ends his streak of 8-yard carries at 2. So they've run 6 plays so far. 5 of them have been handoffs to Tegan Lawston. Cowboys once again missing 3 starters on the defensive side of the ball. And they might be calling a timeout here. Looks like they are. New York Mills actually taking the timeout, so we'll take a quick timeout with them. This timeout brought to you by Highcamp Construction. Your score 0-0 with 5:17 remaining in the opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
And welcome back to Cowboy Field. New York Mills had to take a timeout. That timeout break brought to you by Highcamp Construction. 0-0 game, 5:17 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Eagles coming up to the line. Once again, working out of the one running back pistol. Lawston lined up behind Roeder. And this time they're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback keeper played beautifully by Jacob Kunkel to force him outside. Still ends up getting a couple yards, but Kunkel, textbook way to play the edge over there. But Roeder's got some speed there to still get a yard or 2 out of that. We'll give them 2. And that's what they do. They kind of wear you down with the inside the tackles run plays with Lawston. Then they fake the handoff and do those naked bootlegs with Roeder, trying to get him out in space. And once again, got to give credit to Kunkel playing that one soundly on the edge. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Lawston in the backfield with Roeder. Roeder rolls out to the left. First pass play of the game, looking deep, and overthrows his receiver. Pair of DBs there, Lawson Oliphant as well as Bailey Evans. Those are 2 guys you're happy to have in coverage. So Cowboys trying to force a turnover on downs. Unless New York Mills plans on booting from the Cowboy 35, which never know. 4th and 7. Cowboys going to try to hold. And they're working out of the pistol. Looks like they're going with kind of a Queens look. 2 receivers out to each side. Or actually, they got a tight end on the left and 1 receiver. And after faking the handoff, it is picked off. It's like that is Bailey Evans, I want to say that. Or no, Trey Vogelbacher. Got to double check that. And that was Bailey Evans, I believe, getting the interception on that one. His 2nd pick of the year. And his other one that he got was kind of just like that, an Adam ball.
Check that. I said 49. It's right at the 50-yard line.
Evans returns it to the 50. You know, sometimes you say you got to bat that one down, but he made it a good enough a return to justify hauling it in. My apologies. Writing down the stats. Got to get the camera right. Paul Armitage getting the handoff. Cuts it inside after initially looking like he was going to bounce it outside. Ends up getting a nice run. Gets tackled out of bounds in front of his own team's sideline. We'll see how many yards they give him. Looks like a alt flag on the play. We'll see they're calling it. And it is a hold on Breckenridge. First penalty of the game. Brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. The local State Farm agents in Breckenridge and Wapaton. Even though I told them I wouldn't, I told Amanda I wouldn't give them the penalty sponsor shout out if Breckenridge got a big play called back. But it's the first one of the game, so, just got to do it the one time, and now maybe we'll just do it when it's a New York Mills penalty. Keep them happy. I don't want you to get mad whenever you hear their names. So that'll set up a 2nd and 20 from the Breckenridge 40. They're going to go with the full house pistol set again. Billy Evans with 3 running backs in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Oliphant on the right side. Gets a very nice block from Paul Armitage. And then gets hit by a group of Eagles. It's going to be a short gain. We'll see how many they give him. I got a little ahead of myself there. I thought he was going to be busting off a big run there. Going to have to settle for a gain of 2. His 2nd carry of the game. I would not have expected Lawson Oliphant to get 2 carries before David Erlinson gets 1. We'll see if they remedy that here. They got Erlinson in the running back spot. Armitage playing fullback. Evans rolls out, throws it to Armitage, and right through the hands. Tough break for the Cowboy Junior. And Evans, it wasn't a very far throw, but it's not exactly easy to throw it out when you're a right-handed quarterback rolling out to the left. That's with a guy running right up in your grill too. So first pass play incomplete. Cowboys facing a 3rd and quite long, 3rd and 18. Let's see what they have dialed up for this. How they're going to be conservative with it, or they're going to try to take a shot. Evans rolling out to the right and tosses it by the sideline and out of bounds. So incomplete pass. Brings out the punt team once again. 2nd time we've seen Cooper Roberts gracing us with his punting skills. So offense looking to get it going. I got to double check. I don't think they've moved the sticks yet. I could be wrong, and my apologies looking at the stats. And Cooper Roberts boots it away. It's going to get scooped up. Very nice punt. He's had a couple that have kind of surprised the returners this year. So New York Mills be starting off on the 20, so very nice punt there. Cowboy defense, we've gotten 1 look at this New York Mills offense so far. And they know that they're going to get a healthy dose of Tegan Lawson. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Also got a tight end to the left. Lawson in the backfield with Roeder. They're going to go with a handoff up the middle. And plunges forward. Breckenridge did a good job being where they needed to be, but New York Mills got just enough of a push to make that a positive gain. Oh, ended up being a really nice positive gain. So 5-yard gain by Lawson. That's how you move a pile. 2nd and 5, 3:24 remaining in a scoreless ball game so far in the first quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. New York Mills not doing anything too crazy yet. And Lawson ended up tripping in the backfield on that one. So a tough break for the Eagles. It looks like he lost 1 yard on that one. I mean, at least if you trip, you fall forward. Lawson so far has 7 carries in this ball game. Gone to him on 7 of their 11 offensive plays. Now they're going to operate out of the I formation, going under center. Handoff again, and he's actually going to bounce it to the left, and he's going to run for a first down. That was a nice cutback by Tegan Lawson. Trey Vogelbacher, one of the Cowboys, making the tackle. They're going to call that a gain of 10 by the standout running back, Tegan Lawson. Workhorse running back. And he's a senior on this squad as well. Lawson listed Oh, they don't got his height and weight on here. That's unfortunate. By the way, last score update I got, Grand Forks Central was up 21-0 on Wapton at this point. Loston gets the handoff and looking to break a big run, gets tackled off at the legs, but moves the sticks once again. Lawson didn't get hit till he was well beyond the second level. 11-yard gain, so back-to-back carries of at least 10 yards by Lawson. Did I mention he's a workhorse back? Cowboy defense just can't let him bust off a TD run here, that's for sure. Out of the I formation, Lawson dotting the I. They also got an H-back on the right side. We'll see if that's the side they go to, and they do. And Breckenridge had him in the backfield, but he ended up shedding the tackle. David Erlinson wrapped him up. Looked like Martinez was back there to make the play, but Lawson slippery. David Erlinson going to tell Martinez there, hey, if you're in wrestling, you make that tackle there, buddy. Gonna try to do some recruiting here before the season starts off for the BW Storm. 2nd and 6. 138 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge has been forced to punt twice. And New York Mills turn it over on downs on their first possession. Going to redeem themselves here. Motion a man over to the right side. Their H-back. They hand it off to Lawson again on the left side where they motion the man away from. So some kind of good misdirection there. It's going to be short of the first, but not by much. Gain of 4. We're not even through the first quarter yet. I'm already running out of room on my sheet for all these Teagan Lawson carries. 3rd and 2, 1:01 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard in this opening quarter. Cowboy defense is going to have to come up with a big play here. Maybe back-to-back big plays. They're going to do Finn Roeder with a QB sneak, and he's going to move the chains. And New York Mills getting a good push up front. 3-yard gain. Finn Roeder's 3rd carry of the game. He's got 8 yards so far. New York Mills switching up the personnel a little bit. Bringing in some new wide receivers, saying who wants to block for Teagan back here. I formation. And they actually were going to go with the fullback there, but had some movement beforehand. We'll see what they rule it. And illegal procedure. That penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, your local State Farm agents in Wapton and Breckenridge. Matt will take care of you in Wapton, and Amanda will take care of you in Breckenridge. Paul Armitage, ooh, that might be bad news for the Cowboys, having to limp off the field. I mean, good news, he can at least jog off the field. Bad news, he's limping. Maybe they just got to tape it up. Athletic trainer Janie Lanou will take care of him. And, oh, that was a bold strategy. Going with the fullback handoff right after they tried it on the broken play. Still got a few yards. That was Braxton Einert on the carry, and that'll be the last play of the quarter after that 3-yard gain. And the reason I was saying that was a bold strategy is because they had the broken play because of the penalty, but they still ran the play. So it's like, I don't know, maybe they were playing 3D chess saying, oh, well, they're not going to think we're going to run it twice in a row. But whatever, they got 3 yards. They know what they're doing, I guess. That'll do it for the first quarter. Take a quick break and come back for the second quarter with New York Mills facing a 2nd and 12. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
And welcome back for the second quarter here at Cowboy Field. New York Mills facing a 2nd and 12 on the Cowboy 46. Motion a man over out of the I formation. Fake the fullback handoff, little triple option action, and they pitch it to Lawson, and a beautiful open field tackle by, I believe that was Dawson Weinbar. And it was. And Jacob Kunkel, I was tooting his horn earlier about playing that on the edge perfectly, but on that one he went for, maybe he's supposed to go for the quarterback there, not the pitch man. So, never mind. Either way, Dawson Weinbar played that beautifully. Lawson takes that triple option pitch, 4 yards. He's got 3 straight carries of 4 yards. Eagles facing a 3rd and 9 in the Cowboy 43. Sticking with his I formation look. They started the game running a lot of pistol. Now the I formation has just been getting yards like crazy. So they're like, let's just stick with this. Now we got a timeout taken by the Eagles. We'll take a 10-second break for station ID. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton.
All the hits from 2KM today.
We are in a high camp construction timeout break right now, and at this point, 11:10 remaining in the second quarter. New York Mills has used their second timeout already, and not a whole lot to catch you up on so far at this point in the game. Just that Tegan Lawson is running the ball a lot, and he's getting quite a few yards, but hasn't busted off anything too big right now. New York Mills in their second drive of the game. Turnover on downs their first go-around, and then Breckenridge had to punt it away on both of their first 2 drives. So they're looking for answers on the offensive side of the ball, and the defense just trying to keep this Tegan Lawson contained. And he's already got 12 carries, you know, and it's, like I said, we got a lot of game left, and he's already got 12 carries. So we'll see if he can hold up from all these hits. That's he's on pace for like a 40-carry game right now. Now they're operating out of the pistol right after I talked about the I formation they've been using so much. Probably more passing sets out of this. Left-handed quarterback drops back to pass, looking for a receiver down the field, and overthrows him. Dawson Weinbar on the coverage, looking for, that was Joseph Mann, I believe. Oh, Deshaun Robinson, my apologies. The 9 and the 8 look a lot alike to me. So far, Finn Roeder 0 for 3 with an interception through the air. Bailey Evans picked that off. And we're going to have to go for it 4th and 9, and this has been a kind of a tough situation for Breckenridge, but they're running. It looks like they're actually going to be punting it. They're running out of kind of a wildcat set, kind of a rugby kick running over to the right side, and they're kind of doing a little safety return. I think they had Bailey Evans back there, the free safety, to return it. So Breckenridge's defense holds, capitalized on a penalty on that one. Now they got 90 yards to hit pay dirt here. Going to take over on their own 10. 10:55 remaining in the second quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Both teams scoreless so far. And I guess right now would be a fantastic time to update the Action Realty scoreboard on the video stream. My apologies. All of you patient listeners out there. Appreciate all of you. And now back to the game. Bailey Evans going to roll out to the right. Throws it to Paul Armitage. He's ready for that one. Dropped the last one. It's going to end up getting about 4 or 5 yards. We'll see how many yards they give him. And they're going to call that a gain of 5. So a solid way to start a drive. Sets up a second and actually a second and 4. First pass completion for either team in this ballgame. Armitage as David Erlinson gets his first tote of the game. And Erlinson has got about 4 Eagles there having to wrestle him down.
Bunch of Eagles in on that stop. That gain
And that was enough to move the sticks. I thought he was going to be close to a first down, but I didn't think he was going to be getting it. So 4-yard rush moves the chains for David Erlinson. I believe that's their first down of the game, unless they got one on the opening drive. So first or second one. My apologies if I'm wrong on that. But either way, Cowboy first down. Sets up 1st and 10 from the Breckenridge 20. Armitage in the back of the full house backfield. Alfont and Erlinson to the left and right respectively. And Erlinson gets the off-tackle handoff to the left side. And New York Mills was ready for that one. Tripped him up. And we'll see if he got back to the line. Looks like he did. So Erlinson gets 2 carries back to back. Brings up a 2nd and 10. And for those who don't remember, Bailey Evans had both of the touchdowns last week and had about 90% of the carries in the second half last week as well. So maybe we're going to see more of that, kind of getting everybody else involved as Paul Armitage gets a carry. They're going to give him a gain of 2. And trying to get other guys involved, obviously that's the goal, but like I said, when push comes to shove, if this is a close game in the second half, it might just turn into the Bailey Evans show like it did last week. So we shall see. Don't want to wish time away. I want to have a fun first half here. Breckenridge, 3rd and 8. Fake the handoff. Evans rolling out to the left, looking for Albertson, and Albertson does not haul that one in, but there is a flag. Might have been a legal man downfield. I'm not 100% sure. I thought I saw a lineman that was a little further down than I expected. But I'm pretty sure it's on the Cowboys. So likely this is going to get declined. Oh, holding, actually. Yeah, I'll decline that one. So another incomplete pass. And Caleb Albertson was the intended receiver on that one. Breckenridge is going to be punting for the 3rd time today. 8:40 remaining in the second quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Vogelbacher and Kappas, the protectors. And they have 2 bullets on the right side, 1 on the left. Albertson hauls it in, or my apologies. Roberts hauls it in. Got him mixed up with his fellow tight end. Finn Roeder looking to make something happen, and he just might. Roberts, the punter, is going to have to make the tackle. A couple other Cowboys in on that as well. But a solid return almost to the 30. So Breckenridge's defense is going to have to come up big again. 3 possessions, 3 punts for the offense. So New York Mills starting off on the 33. I formation. Lawson dotting the I once again. Expect to see a healthy dose of him. First play, they hand it off to him and ends up tripping over the pile. Falls forward nicely, though. Some running backs, they just kind of get caught up in the pile and can't really do anything, but he at least was able to kind of maneuver around it when he got tripped up for a yard. After that 1-yard carry, New York Mills is to the 31. Hard to say who got the tackle on that one. I like Art Rocco, good idea. Just saying a whole group of Cowboys, because it was a whole pile of Cowboys making that tackle. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Finn Roeder, a QB keeper on the right side. Breckenridge trying to bounce him outside and doing a beautiful job on that one. Jacob Kunkel over there making some plays, as is Bailey Evans. Actually lost some yards on that one. Call that a loss of 2 or 3 by Finn Roeder. In what has been a defensive battle so far. 3rd and 11. And they are in 4-down territory, so New York Mills Don't need to be thinking try to get a first down on this play. You know, they might have. They don't have to do anything too crazy here. It's not do or die. Maybe get 5 or 6 yards here and then make it a little more manageable. We'll see. Motion the man over. They're going to go with a jet sweep. And Breckenridge is ready for it. Trey Vogelbacher actually forced a fumble, but Deshaun Robinson scooped it up and made it into a positive gain. Oh, that could have been a huge play for the Cowboys, but give Robinson some credit. 90% of the time, that's going to be a very bad play for New York Mills, but Robinson turns that into a 7-yard carry. Trey Vogelbacher got the hand right on the football to bat that one out, but they can't dwell on that right now. They got a 4th and 4 they got to shut down here. New York Mills comes out of the line, 6:09 remaining. It's been a nice defensive game so far. And, drew a Cowboy offsides, and Breckenridge would have got the stop on 4th down. Oh, they didn't throw the flag, evidently. So Breckenridge comes up with a big stop. Tegan Lawson ended up actually losing a yard. My apologies for laughing. That was very unprofessional, everybody. I was just very surprised. So it's like kind of a nervous laugh that I shouldn't do. But Tegan Lawson ends up losing a yard on that one. 6 minutes remaining. Breckenridge takes over on their own 28. A big hold by the defense. Now the offense is going to have to do something with it. Fakes the handoff. Bailey Evans looking down the field. And he's got a man. It is hauled in by Dawson Weinbar. Dawson Weinbar with a massive gain. And we'll see how many yards he ends up with. Looks like a gain of 35. So a huge hookup. Likely the longest catch of the season there for him. 45 yards. Dawson Weinbar on senior night. Going to come up with a big play. My apologies for not keeping up with that one. I didn't realize how far down the field he was, so I was kind of playing catch up there on the video stream. My apologies. Fake the handoff. Bailey Evans, gets stacked up. That was a big hit by the middle linebacker tossing that one out. That was Blake Unger. That's a linebacker name right there. Blake Unger delivering the hit, but Bailey Evans still getting a yard or two out of it. Evans with the 1-yard rush. Sets up a 2nd and 9. 5:11 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Both teams scoreless so far. Bailey Evans rolling out to the right. Zips it down the field, and he's got a wide open receiver. Dawson Weinbar for the touchdown. His first tutty of the season, and he does it from 26 yards out. That was the Dawson Weinbar drive. 26-yard scoring hookup between him and his fellow captain, Bailey Evans. He's got 71 yards on those 2 catches. Not too shabby. First touchdown of the year, like I said. 5 minutes remaining. And Breckenridge is going to go for 2. Evans operating out of the pistol. Snap goes way too hard through his hands, and Paul Armitage is just going to have to dive on it. But Cowboys are on the board, 6-0 against New York Mills. Take a very quick break. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
.26 yards scoring hookup between Bailey Evans and Dawson Weinbar. Gets the Cowboys on the board, 6-0. Bring out the kickoff team. Trey Vogelbacher handling the kicking duties. On the near side of the field, run through some of the kickoff players. We got Gabe Armitage, and they're going to go with an onside kick that was actually fielded by one of the front men. Well, they better score a touchdown pretty quick here so I can show the kickoff team some love. Making the tackle on it, though, is number 66, Connor Ernst. So once again, going back to that scoring drive, Bailey Evans found Dawson Weinbar way down the field. Probably the longest pass hookup of the season, 45 yards. I mean by any Cowboy player, not just Weinbar. And then a couple plays later, found him again on a streaking across to the right side of the field. Caught it with nobody around him. And just trotted into the end zone with ease. So 4:56 remaining. Breckenridge strikes first. And now New York Mills getting it to Tegan Lawson. He's going to try to answer back, but he's going to have to settle for a solid run. It's like a gain of, call it 7 or 8. 8-yard gain for Lawson, who got stacked up on the 4th down last time they had the ball. Breckenridge's defense came up big. Got a shutout going here in the opening half. 4:20 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Trips left. One receiver to the right, and Lawson in the backfield with Roeder. Roeder going to run a QB keeper on the right side. And I think that's why they maybe brought all the receivers over to the left side to kind of bring some of the defense over there, and it worked. Roeder with a nice gain. Let's see where they rule him down. Looks like a gain of 7 on the play. Longest run of the game so far for Finn Roeder. Before that, the longest carry he had was 3 yards. So big improvement on that one. Breckenridge is going to want to keep him in check, keep doing what they're doing on him. But Tegan Lawson, that's got to be top of their list for the priority of guys they got to slow down. 2 receivers on the left, 1 to the right. 1 tight end as well. Roeder, QB keeper on the right side. David Erlinson, one of the tacklers there. Trey Vogelbacher in on the fun. They're saying Lawson isn't getting it done. We haven't gotten to the end zone yet, so Finn, you got to get a little more involved here. 4-yard gain for Finn Roeder. Cowboys leading 6-0, 3:09 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Roeder, one running back behind him in the pistol. It's Lawson. And mishandled it. It got fumbled. We'll see if Breckenridge is able to get on it. They say they did. And they do. The Breckenridge defense comes up with another turnover. Trey Vogelbacher got in on it. He's fired up. Trey Vogelbacher on the recovery. And can't really say that anybody got the fumble forced because it was actually the on the exchange that it got mishandled. But Trey Vogelbacher hopping in on it. Now he's got the turnover chain on the sideline. Love to see it. Cowboys operating out of the shotgun. Don't see this look a whole lot. And now they're going to mishandle a handoff, trying to operate a reverse pass. And David Erlinson completes it to Bailey Evans. The chaos of that play. Haven't seen that formation at all. They run a reverse. The handoff gets messed up. Erlinson scoops it up and says, oh boy, I'm in trouble. I better whip this one down the field. He finds Bailey Evans for a 10-yard gain to move the chains. Bizarre. Love to see it. And I can't say that I anticipated a David to Bailey connection today, but Evans has got 1 catch already on the year. This time he's going to try to make the play rushing the ball. Finn Roeder making a nice open field tackle to limit it to a 6 or a 7-yard gain. Call it a gain of 6. And that was almost like New York Mills was about to get a payback with the fumbles after they fumbled it away, but David Erlinson made something out of nothing. Delivered the throw for a 10-yard gain, and Bailey Evans' rush sets up second and short, and Paul Armitage is going to run for the first down and more. That looks like his longest run of the day. And it's like, call that a gain of 8. Yeah, gain of 8. Definitely his longest run of the day. Evans hands it off to Armitage. And that one, it looked like he ran into his own blocker on that one. Ran into the blocker a little hard and fell over. Cowboys got to be wary of the clock. Only a $1:30 left here in the opening half. Under Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And the clock is running. Armitage got stacked up on the line at that one. His 5th carry of the game. Operating out of the pistol once again, Evans fires the throw. Jacob Kunkel hauls in the quick hitter pass. Down to the 25, so gain of 12 on the play. Cowboys got some good tempo going here. Evans has completed his last 3 passes, and all of them have either moved the sticks or been a touchdown. Oh, and David Erlinson completed a pass too, which also moved the sticks. So got to throw that in there too. Breckenridge passing game, clicking. Evans trying to keep it going. Rolling out to the left. Fires the pass. David Erlinson hauls it in. Sheds 1 tackle. He's going to move the sticks. He's got like 3 Eagles there waiting for him. He gets tackled, but he's into the tight machinery red zone. Your local Case IH dealer in Wahpeton. See where they rule him down at. Looks like it's just shy of the 10. So, call it a gain of 14. And Breckenridge is going to take the timeout. Take a quick timeout with them. This timeout brought to you by High Camp Construction. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. High Camp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call High Camp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
After that, a High Camp Construction timeout. Well, actually, we're still in the timeout break, but I want to catch you guys up where we're at. Breckenridge into the tight machinery red zone, your local Case IH dealer in Wahpeton, facing first and goal from the 10, and they got 49 seconds to punch it in. David Erlinson just hauled in a pass. Bailey Evans rolled out to the left, found him by the sideline, made a man miss. It took a whole flock of Eagles to take him down at the 10. Someone's probably going to text me now. It's not a flock of Eagles. It's something else. It's got some crazy, there's a crazy name for every animal group, it seems like. Bailey Evans, that was a tough snap to haul in, but he's going to make something out of it. Rolls to the right, puts his shoulder down inside the 5. Went out of balance, too, to stop the clock. Which, at this point, without close, they are to the end zone. They might actually want to keep that clock running, but it is what it is. See where they roll him down. Right on the 5. So 5-yard gain for the senior quarterback, who is really turning it on here in the second quarter. Oh, my apologies. Gotta zip it over. I'm keeping stats here, so I keep forgetting to move the camera back. Armitage gets the handoff. He's going to bounce it out to the left side. He's got room to run, cuts it up, and in for 6. 5-yard touchdown by Paul Armitage. Got some nice blocking from David Erlinson to lead up the way. And Cowboys have a 2-score lead with 35 seconds remaining. Armitage with the 5-yard gain. So we'll see. Breckenridge is going to have to redeem themselves here after the 2-point conversion last time. The snap came in about 100 miles an hour. Bailey Evans had to go through his hands, and Armitage had to dive on it. So they're going to run the same play, basically. He's going to bounce it outside and walk it in for the 2-point conversion. Paul Armitage makes it a 14-0 game here. Cowboys getting another score on the board right before halftime. But New York Mills still has 35.6 seconds remaining to respond. Take a very quick break. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live YouTube channel.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
And welcome back to Cowboy Field. 14-0 Breckenridge. After Paul Armitage marched in from 5 yards out to make it a 2-score game. And now I got to make it up to the kickoff team. I didn't show them enough love last time they were out here. And on the near side of the field, I'm going to at least try to get those guys. We got Carter Benson at one of the bullets, Gabe Armitage, as well as Isaiah Hill, Gavin Hofford, a regular on the kickoff team, Cooper Roberts as well. We'll try to get the far side as well. Kappas, Oliphant, Aiden Sanchez, Ernst as well. Got the tackle on the last kickoff. And that kickoff was actually mishandled. We scooped up inside the 5. Ooh, nice juke to make something out of nothing. Oh, boy. Looks like New York Mills, not going to have the ideal field position to start here, so we'll see how aggressive they are. They just want to take this one into halftime. They do get the ball to start the second half, so they got that going for them. And Deshaun Robinson, a nice little juke to start off that return there. And he should be happy that he got a 10-yard return out of that one after the kick was mishandled. Looks like the Eagles are going to try to run out of the I formation. Actually, they're just going to kneel on it. So that will do it for the opening half. Breckenridge will take a 14-0 lead into halftime. We'll take a quick break. If it ends up being a long break, it's because I'm struggling adding up all the stats. You guys know my math isn't always exactly ideal. So we'll take our quick break and jump into our Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. Cowboys going to halftime up 14-0 against New York Mills.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
no one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires. Plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We are your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
And welcome to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Bluff is here if you're just joining. Breckenridge scored twice in the last 5 minutes of the opening half to make it a 14-0 game. And I apologize for the long commercial break. Don't get mad at me. I'm not very good at math. So I just wanted to be accurate when I add up all these stats. So I'll run through the scoring for you first, and then I'll jump back and do the statistics for you. Starting off, Bailey Evans and Dawson Weinbar hooked up for a 26-yard touchdown strike, and that was 2 plays after a 45-yard hookup between the two. And then the two-point conversion was no good as the snap was fumbled, and Paul Armitage had to just dive on it. Speaking of Armitage, 4.5 minutes later in the game, with 35 seconds remaining in the opening half, Armitage took a handoff, bounced it out to the left side, and then cut it up really nice right at the end of the run for a 5-yard touchdown. And then they just ran the same play for the two-point conversion because they said, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, to make it a 14-0 game at the half. I'll run through some stats for you. Bailey Evans, after starting off the game 1 for 4, completed his last 4 passes, so he was 5 for 8 for 103 yards and a touchdown in the opening half. A very solid, this is as good as the passing attack has looked this year here in the opening half. And you got to shout out David Erlinson, too, who had 1 pass attempt for 10 yards. Hauling that in was Bailey Evans. We'll go through the receiving stats in a little bit here. And also throwing Finn Roeder for New York Mills, so far 0 for 3 with an interception. Once again, got picked off by Bailey Evans, so we're looping back to Bailey a lot. Did I tell you he also runs the ball? Bailey Evans had 5 carries for 20 yards, the leading rusher in the opening half for the Cowboys. 6 carries for 19 yards and a touchdown for Paul Armitage. 2 carries for 7 yards for Lawson Oliphant, and 2 carries for 4 yards for David Erlinson. The leading rusher in this game, though, that is Tegan Loston for New York Mills. 15 carries for 67 yards. He is on pace for 30 carries on the night. Oh, boy, I'm sore just saying that out loud. Finn Roeder, 6 carries for 17 yards from the quarterback position for the Eagles. 1 carry for 7 yards for Deshaun Robinson on a jet sweep that very well could have been a turnover, but he ended up scooping it up and making something out of it. Braxton Einert also had 1 carry for 3 yards. Now, in your receiving stats, like I said, New York Mills did not complete a pass in the opening half, so we're going to have to just run through the Breckenridge receiving so far. Dawson Weinbar, 2 catches, 71 yards, and those plays, like I said earlier, were pretty close together. 1 catch for 14 yards for David Erlinson to set up that touchdown by Armitage, get into the red zone. A 12-yard catch by Jacob Kunkel, a 10-yard catch by Bailey Evans on that reverse pass to from David Erlinson, and then Paul Armitage had a 6-yard catch as well. Breckenridge also forced 2 turnovers in this game. Bailey Evans had the interception we talked about earlier, and Trey Vogelbacher scooped up a fumble as well to set the Cowboys up for their second scoring drive. So, after what started off as a defensive stalemate to open this up, Breckenridge has really turned it on both sides of the ball, making plays defensively, putting New York Mills in some tough spots, and then obviously offensively as well. They're getting into a rhythm. Passing game's clicking, and I'm going to we're going to loop back to the keys to the game. If you guys remember what the keys to the game were, I'm not going to spoil it right now because, we got to save something for later on in this Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. But, yeah, Breckenridge moving the ball really well. The rushing game, you'd be kind of surprised if you would say that Breckenridge is up 14-0. You'd think that the run game must be really clicking, but no rusher over 20 yards at this point in the game, by my math at least. Once again, you got to take that with a grain of salt, very unofficial stats. But we'll take a quick break here on the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show, and we will revisit those keys of the game I told you about, brought to you by Smith Motors. And we'll also talk about, going forward in the second half, what Breckenridge needs to keep doing. Once again, New York Mills receives the second half kickoff when we get rolling. So we'll take a quick break. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel. Breckenridge up at the half, 14-0 against New York Mills.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
And welcome back to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Bluff here, and time to revisit those keys to the game brought to you by Smith Motors, small town friendly, big town deals. And, you know, I would say maybe once every 5 weeks I'm actually right on one of these. And I think I was talking about getting the passing game going, even though I did say early on, so I guess I wasn't 100% right on that. But I said getting the passing game going would be big. I did say early on, like I said, but they eventually got it going on, and the passing game definitely was instrumental in getting out to this 14-0 lead here. And we'll revisit that once again. So far, Breckenridge 5 for 8 for Bailey Evans, once again 103 yards and a touchdown, including 2 really big hookups to Dawson Weinbar. And David Erlinson, got to shout out him as well with that 10-yard pass to Bailey Evans, which was contender for my play of the game so far. You know, obviously not the most crucial play of the game so far, but the most entertaining possibly. And my keys to the game for the defense was, the guys who were stepping in needed to make big plays, or just not even need to make big plays. They just had to basically not screw up. You know, come in for the guys because they were missing 3 starters on defense. One thing I did not account for was Bailey Evans was going to be sliding into one of those spots because he is one of the best defenders on the squad. And due to injuries, he had been kept out for a couple weeks. So I didn't really factor that in, and he got a pick as one of the replacement defenders. So shout out to him. I've seen Riley Kappas getting on some tackles as well. And Jackson Graves-Bolte also sliding in on the defensive line, has looked good too. And, the defensive line was kind of having some, I'm not saying having some troubles, but I wouldn't say they were winning the war up front in the trenches right away. But I think that they, kind of snapped back and really took control later on in the game and came up with some really big stands on 4th down. And like we said earlier, also forced a couple turnovers in this game. Trey Vogelbacher hopped on a fumble. Bailey Evans picked up a pass. So, I like what I've seen from both teams. I mean, the defense pitched a shutout. You can't really complain about that at all. That's literally a perfect half. So, that's definitely big. If you're watching on the video stream, again, a nice gander of Dawson Weinbar, who had a fantastic first half. And a lot of guys had a really solid first half. But expect David Erlinson to just walk by, if you're watching on the video stream once again, to get a little more involved here in the second half. It's pretty rare to see him only get about 3 offensive touches in a half. But I think they were just trying to spread it around as much as they can. They got a lot of guys who can get the ball in their hands. So if you got 12 guys to get the ball to 3 times, right there, that's 36 plays. I know it's not 12 guys, but, just an example. So we'll look to, like I said, I think we're going to see him get a lot more involved here. Only 2 carries in the opening half, and then 1 pass reception as well, and then, of course, his pass that he threw. So expect David Erlinson to get more involved, and expect, maybe the passing game. They're going to keep going with it. It's been really clicking, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see them air it out more. But like I said earlier in the broadcast, this is as good as the pass game has looked all year, and that will do it for our Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show. Once again, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Sorry, guys. I got a little carried away on that one. Usually, we kind of take some more breaks there, but going to have to just roll with it here. I'm pretty excited. Breckenridge, really closed out that first half pretty well. New York Mills has got a fun running back that I'm enjoying right now, and their quarterback's pretty dynamic, but Breckenridge has done a really good job keeping him in check, so I'm liking what I'm seeing so far here. Breckenridge looking to get their 2nd win of the season, while New York Mills looks to get their 3rd. And if you guys missed the pregame show, only 2 teams in Section 6A have winning records at this point. You got Parker's Prairie, who Breck lost to last week, undefeated at the top of the section. And then also, who's the I got to double check on the other one. It was Brandon Evansville Ashby. 3-2, but the QRF said your three wins aren't too impressive, so we're going to put you at the 5 spot in the section behind 3 teams with losing records. It's QRF. It's just how it works. We'll all trust it. Trey Vogelbacher boots it away. Actually gets mishandled. Looks like Breckenridge has a chance to scoop it up, and they had 2 chances to scoop it up. New York Mills caught not 1, but 2, maybe even 3 breaks on that one. Just 2, I guess. Aiden Sanchez, one of the guys in on there, trying to jump on it. Riley Kappas as well. One of the men in front of the returners was trying to dive on it. Ends up bouncing off of him. Cowboys tried diving on that. All of a sudden, it comes flying out the other way, and Cowboys had a good shot at scooping it up, but it got beat to it. So New York Mills, after catching that big break, will take over on their own 34. Coming on the I formation. 1 receiver at each side. They got the H-back on the left. Actually going to motion him over to the right. Handing it off to Tegan Loston. Loston with a nice gain. Making the tackle there for the Cowboys, Kai McDonald. Obviously going to be a big fan of that name since I call my son Kylan Kai. Tegan Loston. The 5-yard burst. He's up to 72 yards on 16 carries. I formation again. Hand off to Lawson, off tackle. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. First down rush. Looks like that's a gain of 6. David Erlinson on the stop. They said Brian Martinez was there too. Now to the Cowboy 45. Cowboy defense pitching a shutout so far. Going to look to keep that going. While missing 3 starters on that side of the ball. Very impressive. I formation. Tegan Loston, dot in the I. He's got 2 carries to start off this drive, and now they're going to go with the QB. I actually fell for that handoff fake. And a nice tackle over by the sideline. Jacob Kunkel said his name a few times. Doing a very nice job on Finn Roeder, the QB. You can tell how the scouting report went, or how the preparation went this week. Jacob, you're going to shut down that quarterback every time he goes out on a sweep, and he understood the assignment. 2nd and 9 from the Cowboy 46. One receiver to each side, I formation. H-back on the right side. Cowboys got 4 men down in a 3-point stance. They're going to fake the handoff and do a counter to their H-back. First rush of the game for number 5, Hunter Bosman. Bosman going to be just shy of the first, it looks like. Gain of 9 on the play. Sets up a 3rd and 1 from the Cowboy 46. Oh, my apologies. I just realized I was calling it the Cowboys yard line. And now Finn Roeder goes up the middle with the QB sneak. And I'm sure the Breckenridge defense is saying that is way too many yards to give up on a QB sneak, but they're going to have to roll with it.
Finn Roeder on the carry.
Roeder.
On the bottom of that pile was David Erlinson.
I'm trying to see how many yards they're going to give him there. Looks like a 3-yard gain for Roeder. Cowboys coming out with trips right. Single back. Looks like someone moved. Not sure if it was the Eagles or the Cowboys. That's why I don't officiate. They'd be meeting up with me. Who jumped first? I don't know. They both jumped. And they're going to say it's on New York Mills. That penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Your local State Farm agents in Wapaton and Breckenridge, respectively. So New York Mills backs up 5 yards. Cowboys have forced turnover on downs a couple times. A punt and 2 turnovers. Oh, that was a nice hit. Finn Roeder tried cutting that one off. Paul Armitage laying the lick. Oof. That's you know, I'm kind of old now, so I don't have a whole lot of moments where I'm like, wow, I really miss being out there playing football. But that was a hit that makes me miss playing football right there. Unless I'm thinking from the perspective of the guy who ran the ball, Finn Roeder. That would not be ideal, but that was a fun hit. Coach Fredrickson had a certain phrase for that one that I will not dare utter on the air. You can ask me if you see me out on the street, though, what Coach Fredrickson calls a hit like that. And they go with a handoff. It was a little bit of a mishandled handoff, but luckily did not fumble that away for New York Mills. Loston on that 2nd and 14 carry. Maybe got a yard. It looks like one of the New York Mills blockers, you know, I usually don't like to put dudes on the spot or anything, but it looks like he might have got away with being a little chippy at the end of the play there. It's hard to miss sometimes from up here, but I get it up in all the action. It's easy to miss, but 2 receivers on the left, pistol set, tight end to the right, and a receiver to the right. Roeder, the left-handed quarterback, looking for an open receiver, and it is deflected down by Kunkel. Look at the versatility we're seeing from Kunkel tonight. Yeah, I'm not letting the quarterback run at all. I'm also not going to let him throw at all. Roeder so far 0 for 4 on the day, passing the ball, and an interception. So New York Mills with a non-existent passing attack so far. That's going to be something they're going to want to fix if they think they're going to get back or, cut into this Cowboy lead. So they're coming out to boot this one away, and they kind of do the rugby kick. They runs over to the right, and punting it away is Rexon. Oh, it actually got blocked. And that might have been Kunkel again. I'm not 100% sure who got that one. I'm going to have to look back on that. My apologies. Actually, I might not be able to find it if I look back. I was trying to check back to the punt returner. Aiden Sanchez with the punt block. Not bad for the freshman. Big play for the special teams unit. Well, it's basically the defense out there. So Cowboys going to take over on the New York Mills 46. And a little bit of an awkward start to that play as Armitage gets stacked up right at the line. And we're shouting out the middle linebacker once again, Blake Unger. So Armitage gets stacked up. And I said it once and I'll say it again. Blake Unger, that is a football name. 7 carries for 19 yards for Armitage so far. So New York Mills doing a good job slowing down the Cowboy rush attack. Just got beat on some pass plays. Oh, and Bailey Evans ends up tripping, rolling out. So Cowboys now backed up to the 45, 3rd and very, very long. 3rd and 19. Looks like Evans lost about 10 yards on that one. 3rd and 20. See what the Cowboys have dialed up for this kind of a situation. 3rd and 19. My apologies. And they're going to run that screen to Armitage. Finds him wide up and gets a good block and then taken out of the legs. It gets a lot of those yards back. I want to say probably like 12 yards. And you can hear my excitement. It's because I was talking the pregame show. I hope they bring back that screen pass that I love so much. There it is to get a big chunk of yards back. I promise I did not text Coach Yagi at halftime begging him to bring out that screenplay, but ends up not getting the first down, so they're going to punt it away. I thought maybe they're going to try to go for it here, but no, that's all right. A lot of game left. I get it. 13-yard gain for Armitage. Second catch of the game. Cooper Roberts be punting it away once again. Had a busy start to the game, but we haven't seen him in a little bit in the punting duties. And another nice punt from Roberts. And looks like Finn Roeder are going to make a nice return out of that. And Cooper Roberts making another tackle from the punter position. Second time he's done that today. He's saying, what is going on out here that I got to be out here making the tackle? New York Mills will start this drive at their own 36. Both teams punting it away to start it off. Breckenridge blocked New York Mills' punt, but weren't able to capitalize on it. New York Mills starts this drive with 5:16 remaining in the third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard on the left hash. They're going to go with Tegan Loston up the middle, but Breckenridge ready for that one. Getting in on that and making a pile. Kai McDonald again. He's getting a lot of action today. Cowboys switched up to a four-man front. .448 remaining for that 2-yard rush by Loston. He's got 4 carries already here to start off the half. We'll see if they're going to make it 5. I formation. Loston gets the handoff, and he's got a lot of room to run. Bounces off Evans. And then gets tripped up. And we'll see where he ended up. Call that a gain of 13. Loston laid the boom on that one. So after that, that might have been Lawson's longest run of the game. He's got a ton of carries, but only a few of them have been at least 10 yards. So 13 yards is longest of the day. I think the wide receiver might have flinched there, but they're not calling that one. Lawson gets the handoff again. David Erlinson getting on the fun. Kai McDonald, the first man there, Brian Martinez. Lawson with the 3-yard gain. So after the 3-yard run, we got a timeout. Or is it an injury timeout? Looks like New York Mills has an injured player. I want to say that is number 62. I can't get a great look at the number right now. Or is it 68? 68 for New York Mills. Ashton Lehman, the injured player. Don't quote me on that, though. I don't have a great look at it, but while they check out the injured New York Mills player, give you a quick rundown for those who might have just joined in. 3:51 remaining in the third quarter. Cowboys up 14-0. Got 2 touchdowns on the board right before halftime. Didn't score until 5 minutes left in the second quarter. And then they got another touchdown with about 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So Cowboys offense finding its groove right before they head into halftime. Put a couple scores on the board. And then both teams have been forced to punt so far here in the offensive drives we've seen. But New York Mills trying to buck that trend here. But as athletic trainer Janie Lanou sends the injured player to the sideline. Well, he ran off, so that's a good sign. Ashton Lehman was playing guard. And I believe he was a backup because I didn't see him in the starting lineup. So they might have already had to bring him in for an injured player. Or maybe they were just trying to give someone a break on the O-line. But 2nd and 8. 3:45 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard in the third quarter, which I just realized I got to update. My apologies as they do a run with the QB, Finn Roeder. You know, if you guys are watching on the video stream and you got my number, do not worry if you got to text me and tell me to fix something on the scoreboard. Anything else? I'm probably going to say maybe don't text me, but if I got to fix something on the scoreboard, feel free to hit me up. Because of all the things I'm doing here, that's usually the thing that gets put on the back burner. So my apologies for that. Finn Roeder picks up 4 yards. Now they go in the I formation for the 3rd and 4. And Tegan Lawson gets the handoff. They tried to strip it loose, and they were actually successful stripping it loose. They're saying they got it. And Breckenridge forces another turnover. We'll see who ended up getting on it. Looks like it was Martinez. Oh, they're saying it was Vogelbacher. And Vogelbacher already had 1 fumble recovery on the day. And 2. 1 for the money, 2 for the show. Get that boy his turnover chain. 3rd turnover forced on the day. And Breckenridge also has a punt that they blocked. So some big plays been made by the defensive unit. Armitage makes a man miss after getting a defender coming right at him to start off the rush attempt.
Whole bunch of Eagles.
We got one guy on Breckenridge and one guy at New York Mills kind of going after it at the end of the play, and that's something the officials are probably going to be cleaning up pretty soon here.
Short gain on the play. 2nd and 9.
2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. 1 running back behind Evans. They're going to motion Erlinson across. They do a little push pass to Erlinson, and he gets wrapped up in a hurry. He's going to lose a lot of yards on that one. And I still have not had a conversation with the statistician that goes down as a pass play. I'm always so caught up in the and everything going on after the game. I never pass on the word. You guys know you got to rule that as a pass play. You guys have heard me complain about that enough. I'm sorry. Erlinson's second catch of the day. He's got 8 yards. Breckenridge now facing a 3rd and 15. $1:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter on the Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Evans with a roll out to the left, looking for an open receiver, and he's got Jacob Kunkel, but ends up not hauling it in. That was a contested grab. It looks like the defender that was actually contesting it got a cramp right at the end of it. So they're going to stretch him out. Athletic trainer Janie Lanoux. I'm sure she's saying, buddy, it's week 6. What are you doing cramping out here? But usually you get all that out of the way in the opening week, but that's all right. They're going to stretch that player out, and looks like we are going to take a really quick break while they get him all situated. You're listening to Cowboy Football as Breckenridge leads New York Mills 14-0 with 1:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
It only takes 1 step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wapaton.
All the hits from 2KN today.
And welcome back after that quick injury break. Looks like that was actually Finn Roeder, so that could be a big loss for the Cowboys possibly. They're not going to be, for the Eagles, my apologies. That's their quarterback that's hobbling off the field with a cramp. Hopefully it is just a cramp, as the Cowboys are going to be forced to punt after that incomplete pass.
Cooper Roberts back in punt formation.
Cooper Roberts booting it away again, having a pretty busy evening. And boots out to the to the left side of the field. And Robinson Takes a shot over by the New York Mills sideline. Jackson Graves Bolte. Thought he was maybe limping a little bit, but nope, just heading over, grabbing his gloves. I thought he was running differently than he normally does, but maybe he just always runs like that. You don't see the linemen run a crazy amount, so it's a little foreign to me sometimes. $1:20 remaining in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Eagles coming up to the line. They got one receiver out to the left, one to the right. Got a guy in kind of the H-back tight end spot off the line, and then a pair of running backs as well. Tegan Lawson, expect to see a lot of him. He's going to get the tilt right here. Lawson got a nice surge from his offensive line to be able to plunge forward. Looks like he got about 5, maybe 6. Oh, now he's a little slow to get up. Oh, actually, that's not Lawson. That is actually Bosman, Hunter Bosman, the H-back. We'll see what they call this one. And a holding call. Oh, blocking the back. That penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Frederick, if you did not know. Like a good neighbor, Matt and Frederick are there. They're going to say back them up. Coach is kind of discussing it. Head coach Carson Yagi and defensive coordinator Jordan Christensen. Just trying to get on the same page before they jump into anything crazy. And they're still talking it over. Taking their time. And now they're moving him back. All right. It's a little bit chilly here tonight. Someone was telling me it was a little too cold to have a game. not to not have a game, but not to be excited about the game. Come on, it's football weather. Feels like fall. First game that's really felt like fall. We've had a lot of really nice nights. Fake the handoff to the fullback. They go with some triple option, and they fumbled it away. We'll see if Breckenridge is going to come up with their 4th turnover of the day. They say they got it. Who's on it? And they got it. Another fumble recovery. I am not 100% sure who got it. We'll see. We'll see if anyone gets the chain. Looks like it was one of the guys who is still on the field, so nobody will be donning the turnover chain for a bit. So it's one of the guys on the offense. I know Paul Armitage was over there. Jackson Graves Bolte it was as well, but the 4th turnover of the day. 3 fumbles recovered as well as an interception. Bailey Evans faking the handoff. Under pressure. Shakes one defender, and he's going to take it himself. Looking to make a play up the left sideline, and gets hauled out of bounds. But a solid gain on what could have been a broken play. Looks like a gain of 7 on the play for Evans.
So the gain is about 6 or 7, so it brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
2nd and 3. Breckenridge on the New York Mills 33. Pair of running backs in the backfield with Evans. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out to the right. He was looking for David Erlinson, but that's covered up, so he's going to throw it down the field, and it looks like it's hauled in. Jacob Kunkel with a tough contested grab by the sideline. That was a heck of a throw and a heck of a grab. I know I've already brought up that Dawson Weinbauer and I had a very nice interview earlier today, but one thing he talked about wasn't just his chemistry with Bailey Evans, but also Bailey Evans' chemistry with Jacob Kunkel. Quite the trio. Kunkel's 2nd grab of the day, and it looks like Breckenridge's offensive line jumped a little early. Caleb Albertson jumped there, as did Carter Benson. Excuse me. Hey, if you guys didn't notice, I got my voice back from last week. Oh, boy. That was quite the performance last week. 34 seconds remaining after that penalty. Definitely not brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Backed them up 5 yards. Bailey Evans fakes the handoff. Bursts it up the middle. for a very nice gain. It's going to be close to the first down. He might have got it. We'll see where they downed him. He is short of the first. And it looks like that's probably going to be the last play of the third quarter. So a 12-yard gain for Bailey Evans, his longest rush of the day. That'll do it for the third quarter. Get those fours up, everybody, after a scoreless third. We got Breckenridge marching down the field into the Titan Machinery red zone. They got a 14-0 lead against New York Mills, trying to get their second win of the year. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
And we are back at Cowboy Field for the start of the fourth quarter. Breckenridge facing a 2nd and 3 from the New York Mills 15 as they have just entered the Titan Machinery red zone after a nice run from Bailey Evans. Evans operating out of the pistol. He's got David Erlinson to his left. Paul Armitage right behind him.
We got it. Thank you.
Cowboys got both of their touchdowns in the second quarter. First one was Dawson Weinbar from Bailey Evans, and then Paul Armitage went in for a rush as well, or went in for a score as well. As Bailey Evans trying to get his first rushing score of the game. He's going to have to settle for a 10-yard gain. He's going to move the sticks, get his squad even closer to the end zone. 10-yard rush, back-to-back 10-yard runs from Evans. Sets up first and goal from the 5. 4 carries for 19 yards here in the second half. He had 20 at halftime. My Breckenridge math tells me that's 39. First and goal from the 5. Evans fakes the handoff. He's going to go up the middle. Oh, took a big shot in that pile. It worked back-to-back plays, so it's maybe one of those things where we're just going to keep running it until you stop us. And definitely got stopped there. It just got back to the line. 0-yard gain. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Erlinson get a toad here in the red zone. And instead, we got some movement. So Cowboys going to back themselves up. Legal procedure, back them up. 11:01 remaining in this fourth quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Nobody has scored since the opening half. And a second half that has kind of flown by. I know the offense hasn't put any points on the board yet, but the defense has been coming up big. Got a couple fumble recoveries here in the second half. And a blocked punt. And, geez, kind of another unorganized or disorganized play. Bailey Evans tosses in, and it's actually batted down, almost picked off. Looking for David Erlinson. Just kind of some discombobulation here. The Breckenridge offense once they marched down. They had a first and goal from the 5, and now they're facing a third and goal from the 10. So just going to need to have to kind of settle it in. We'll see what they got drawn up for this one. And once again, it's not like do or die on this play. So if you just got to play in mind that you think can get you a good 6 or 7 yards, maybe roll with that. Evans gonna throw the screen to Armitage. He's wide open, and he goes in for 6. 10-yard touchdown hookup on my favorite play of that beautiful screen. Love to see it. Third catch of the day for Armitage. He's got 29 yards and a score, of course, now. A second touchdown of the game. He also had the rushing TD. First points of the second half. And we'll see what they got dialed up for the 2. I don't know if they've abandoned the kicking game or what, but they're going to go with a full house pistol set. And Evans going to keep it himself. And it looks like he is going to be short. But the damage is done. 10:32 remaining in this fourth quarter. Bailey Evans finds Paul Armitage for a 10-yard hookup to go up 20-0. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
And welcome back to Cowboy Field as Breckenridge has made it a 20-0 lead on a 10-yard hookup. Bailey Evans, Paul Armitage. And here on senior night, I know we already talked about a couple of these senior cheerleaders, but got to run through the whole cheerleader squad. Emily Differding, Madison Villarreal, Paige Schreiber, Ella Hershey, Paige Hershey, Janae Espinoza, Nevea Villarreal, Izzy Running Bear, and Sophia Johnson as well. Thank you so much for leading the crowd in your cheering. And now New York Mills getting their fans cheering as they made a pretty solid return, but there is a flag on the play. And now we got an injured Cowboy who also took a big shot at the end of that one. Not 100% sure who got hit on that one. I think it's Gabe Armitage. Not 100% sure on that, but got a Cowboy who took a shot. Actually, that was not Armitage because we see him running over to the sideline, also made the tackle. So I'm not 100% sure who is injured on that play, but they're making sure to tend to him. There's also a flag on the field. So we'll make sure what this man-to-man of Frederick State Farm penalty is going to be on. I mean, 99.9% of penalties on kickoffs usually are on the kick return team, but there are exceptions. Now, watch me look like a dingus. It's like a face mask or something like that. We'll see. As they tend to the injured player, I think they're going to let us know what the penalty is. And then we'll maybe take a quick break while they tend to the injury, but we are still waiting. Coming over to chat with the sideline. Oh, now look at me being wrong. Saying it was on Breckenridge. I jinxed it. Going through it. It was Caleb Albertson who got injured on that play. He'll walk off the field, so that's good news. Kind of limping off. That was kind of a ways away from the play. But got to be aggressive, block for your guys. I get it. I don't know if it was before or after the whistle. That's all right. And now Breckenridge is saying, what are you guys doing? I think they were saying it was like a block in the back, but why would that be on the kicking team? Maybe it was just the wrong signal? Breckenridge coaching staff is equally puzzled, as you can see if you're watching on the video stream. Head coach Carson Yagi, actually, it's defensive coordinator Jordan Christensen. My apologies. Very confused. You can tell their DC wants to get this shutout. So after that penalty, who I'm not sure who was on, moved New York Mills up to the 35. So they only got 35 yards to hit pay dirt to get on the board. They'll start this drive with 10:24 remaining in the fourth quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Head coach Carson Yagi letting him know, we're not here to tell the refs how to do their job. We're going to go with a handoff up the middle to Lawson. He's trying to spin out of a pile. And look at that whole pile move. Tegan Lawson. It's got to be his longest run of the day. Call that a gain of 15. 13. Matches his longest run of the day. Knocking on the door of the red zone on the 22-yard line, New York Mills. Looking to close or get some points on the board here. Trim into this lead. Still a lot of game left. Tegan Lawson gets the handoff again up the middle. Kind of just moved the pile again. David Erlinson might have got a little banged up on that one. And he just waved off his sub. That's some dog energy right there. I don't need a sub. So after the 5-yard gain by Lawson, New York Mills has entered the Titan Machinery red zone. Your local Case IH dealer in Wampton. And now we got a timeout. The timeout sponsor is Heitkamp Construction. We'll take a very quick break. Come back as New York Mills got 17 yards away from the end zone. 9:12 remaining in this ballgame. Breckenridge leads 20-0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
And welcome back as we're still in the timeout break. Timeout brought to you by Heitkamp Construction. New York Mills facing a 2nd and 5 on the Cowboy 17, looking to get their first points of the game. Breckenridge's defense trying to preserve the shutout and give their squad their second win of the year in a rematch of 2 playoff games over the last 2 years. Finn Roeder trying to make something out of that. That was kind of a broken play. Also, Bailey Evans delivered quite the shot there at the end of that play. Whew. Came in with a full head of steam on that one. Sets up a 3rd and 5. Roeder just got back to the line. Actually lost a yard on that one. So after that 1-yard loss from Roeder, got a 3rd and 6. 8:45 remaining this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I formation. They're going to go with a toss out to the right to Lawson. First time we've seen this action. Bounces off one defender, Bailey Evans. Again, nice play over there. I don't know if he's the last guy who delivered the hit to knock him out of bounds. He came in like a freight train. Now we got another injury. Looks like that was a gain of 3 for Lawson. And as they tend to another injured player, Breckenridge's athletic trainer, Janie Lanou, getting a busy night. Take a very quick break. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. Breckenridge Cowboys lead the New York Mills Eagles 20-0 with 8:31 remaining in this ball game.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
And welcome back to Cowboy Field. 4th and 3 is what New York Mills is facing. Breckenridge's defense trying to keep the Eagles off the board to get their second win of the season. Athletic trainer Janie Lanou tending to the injured Eagle player. Got to be thinking this is going to be a run to Lawston, but I don't know. Roeder's got some big first downs with his legs as Lawston gets stacked up. Trey Vogelbacher in on the tackle. Nice effort there from the Breckenridge defense to continue their dominance tonight. Looks like Lawson just got back to the line, so tough break for New York Mills. 8:25 remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys maybe going to try to get one more score on the board. But you got to think the run game going to get a healthy dose of that to keep the clock going. Got a handoff to Armitage to start this off. Armitage with a big gain. Got a great block from Jacob Kunkel. Makes one man miss, makes two men miss, and then is hauled down finally after a monster run. That was at least 40 yards. Call that a gain of 46. 41. My apologies. 41-yard run from Armitage. More yards on that one carry than he had a whole game. Actually, double what he had already. He had 20 yards before that rush. 20-0 score. 8 minutes remaining. Bailey Evans rolling out to the right. Looking for an open teammate and finds David Erlinson. Erlinson, he's got two defenders beat. Sheds a tackle, gets a great block from Dawson Weinbar. Sheds another tackle and goes in for 6. 44-yard touchdown from David Erlinson. What an effort. I mean, he had the blockers, but he's like, I'm still gonna run off some guys here. 44-yard scoring strike. And once again, I know I already said this, but it's as good as the passing game has looked all year. .747 remaining in this ball game. Third passing TD of the game, and to 3 different receivers for Bailey Evans. And now for the two-point conversion, Armitage going to look to do something with it. New York Mills stacks him up, and looks like he is going to be short. So after the 44-yard touchdown, Billy Evans rolls out, finds David Erlinson. Erlinson makes a couple guys miss and goes in for 6. We'll take a very quick break. You're listening to Cowboy Football. Breckenridge goes up 26-0 against New York Mills in the fourth quarter.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
And we are back Fourth quarter here at Cowboy Field, 7:47. David Erlinson just went in for a 44-yard receiving touchdown. His third catch of the game. I got him for 52 yards on those 3 catches. That was definitely the biggest one of the night. And Breckenridge's offense has kind of, for the most part today, just been wearing down this New York Mills defense and then punching it in at the end for their touchdowns that they've had for the most part. But that was those are back-to-back huge plays, a 40-yard burst from Armitage and then a 40-plus yard touchdown from Erlinson. And New York Mills hauls in the short return and tries to get it to the 50, but comes up a little short. Looks like Caleb Albertson and Dawson Weinbar getting in on the tackle. New York Mills starts off on their own 49. And you hear some chirping from the sideline at the end of that one. Seems like whenever anything kind of gets out of hand, it's on the kickoff, in the kickoff situations. Which kind of makes sense. Starting off on one side of the field, just running and colliding with each other. New York Mills looking to get some points on the board still. Breckenridge's defense has come up huge at every time they've had to, essentially. And Loston is going to be close to a first down. Might have got it. I'm not looking forward to adding up how many carries he had by the end of this game. That was a 9-yard sweep. Tegan Loston goes out of bounds with 7:34 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Runs it to the Cowboy 42. Breckenridge giving New York Mills some deja vu from last year's playoff game. And they're going to go with a toss to the left this time. And, made a couple guys miss. And now Tegan Loston looking to go in for 6, but he's going to get knocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say he's in. 42-yard touchdown. For the first points of the game for the Eagles.
Touchdown for the Eagles.
Looked like it was going to be close. Looks like he got hit right at the goal line, but it was able to get over the pylon to get his squad on the board. And you just know that he's, with how well he's been running the ball, he was kind of due to bust one off at one point. So I guess there it was. Might be a little too late for that, though, but still plenty of time. 7:23 remaining. Crazier things have happened. I formation. Finn Roeder pitches it to Loston. And they're going to do a halfback pass into the end zone. It's batted down by Paul Armitage. So New York Mills gets on the board. A long run from Tegan Lawson. We'll take a quick break. Your score, Breckenridge 26, New York Mills 6. 7:23 remaining. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Well, there goes the shutout. Tegan Loston busts off a long TD. I got him for 42 yards. But might be a little too late at this point. We shall see. Breckenridge bringing out their hands team. Got a lot of familiar faces out there. Bailey Evans up there. Gabe Armitage. Aiden Sanchez. Cooper Roberts. Paul Armitage. Jacob Kunkel, Trey Vogelbacher. 2 men deep. Dawson Weinbar, and then I don't got the number on the other one. So don't quote me on that. They kick it right to Bailey Evans. And he snags that one and lays it down. Gavin Hoffer was the other man back there. That was a dart right at him. So Breckenridge has 7:23. They still got to run off the clock here before they can head in the locker room and play should have been a Cowboy. Bailey Evans brings the play to the huddle. Aiden Sanchez getting some action on the offensive side of the ball. We've seen him kind of in and out. Cooper Roberts as well getting some action at tight end. But I think it's the running backs we're going to see a lot of here on this drive. Paul Armitage gets the handoff. Tries cutting it up. And ends up getting hit from behind, which kind of actually sends him forward for a few yards. So maybe not the best idea there to hit him from that angle, but Armitage will put 3 yards into the stat book. I got him for 64 yards in the game so far. 26-6 Breckenridge lead with 6:46 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. A lot of sixes in that sentence. Aiden Sanchez split out right. Evans, they're going to keep throwing it. And throws it to Cooper Roberts. Cooper Roberts, who had a couple touchdowns early on in the season, but haven't seen as much on the offensive side of the ball. Looks like that was a 30-yard hookup. So Cowboys trying to put a final nail in the coffin here. 29-yard hookup. So after that 29-yard connection to Cooper Roberts, Breckenridge knocking on the door of the Titan Machinery red zone there on the 21. 6:31 remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Evans, Armitage behind him. Erlinson to the left. Fakes the handoff. He's got a lot of Eagles there, but he runs away from all of them. Bailey Evans is going to go in for 6. Wow. Literally had 3 guys there, and he just went right outside all of them. 21-yard touchdown with 6:22 remaining in this ball game. Making it a 32-6 game. Breckenridge's offense is just exploding here in the third quarter. Their 3rd touchdown of the quarter. And Cowboys got to take a timeout, talk this one over, figure out what they're doing for their 2-point conversion. They say, this is about the only thing we haven't really done really well today. So far, they've only completed one of their 2-point conversions, and they've tried on all of their touchdowns. So we'll see what they have drawn up for that one. So back to that Bailey Evans touchdown run, though. Wow. Faked the handoffs inside, and New York Mills played it perfectly. Had 3 guys waiting there for him. And he said, I'm just going to go way around all of you guys. And then go up the left sideline in for 6. Evans' first touchdown run of the game. Also threw 3 touchdown passes. So he's been in on 4 touchdowns today. Paul Armitage hauled in one of those passes. Dawson Weinbar hauled in another. David Erlinson caught one. So, spreading the ball around. 32-6. Breckenridge is in the lead after that TD. Evans' longest run of the day.
Cowboys will go for the 2-point conversion.
Cowboys operating out of the pistol. 1 running back. They're going to motion a man out and throw a little quick swing pass out to Armitage. They're going to say it was a backwards pass, so he didn't realize that the play was still going. 2-point conversion, no good. And we got a 32-6 score with 6:22 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. We'll take a quick break. Cowboys trying to cruise their 2nd win of the year. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
And welcome back to Cowboy Field for that Bailey Evans 21-yard touchdown run. Got a 32-6 ball game. Cowboys beating up on New York Mills. Now Trey Vogelbacher putting it away. Keeping New York Mills on their toes, kicking it deep this time. And it looks like Vogelbacher got in on that tackle. Always love when the kicker's making the stop. We'll see if we're bringing in the backups here or Cowboys sticking with their main unit. Looks like they are. Starting D is still out there. And run through this game here. You know, it was actually a 14-0 game here coming into the fourth quarter. So 24 of the 38 points scored in this ball game, all coming here in the final quarter. Offenses were just waiting. Yeah, wait till the fourth quarter, then they turn it on. And lost him with the sweep. This is the play that he scored on last drive, and Breckenridge played that one perfectly. Trey Vogelbacher is having a very nice night on the defensive side of the ball. He's got a couple fumble recoveries, and he's been on a ton of tackles as well. Lost him with a 1-yard run. Goes out of bounds, so it stops the clock. And I know I don't like to, I never like to say that I want a game to go a little faster, but oh boy, I'm starting to get a little chilly. I know it's football weather. I should be complaining. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying. 2 receivers on the left, 3 to the right, empty set. And they're going to go with a QB run right up the middle, but Breckenridge was not fooled by that one. Eli Butts showing why his head coach describes him with one word, dude. Definitely a dude out there. Let's see if Roeder got back to, or he got a couple yards. Finn Roeder sets up New York Mills for a 3rd and 7. And now we got another timeout.
Timeout taken by the Eagles.
Looks like New York Mills took that timeout. This timeout brought to you by High Camp Construction once again. Cowboys up 32-6 against New York Mills. 5:34 remaining in this ball game. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Save big with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Rebates from $50 to $100 on the purchase and installation of tires. Plus a lifetime of rotations with the purchase of 4 tires. Rebates up to $80 on shocks and struts. Up to $40 in rebates on the purchase and installation of front and rear brake pads and rotors. Plus, they'll even hook you up with their tire price match guarantee. Available all year long. Smith Motors, your trusted Chevy and GMC dealership. Visit them online at smithmotors.com.
And we are back in Breckenridge. Cowboys lead 32-6 against the New York Mills Eagles. Going to get their 2nd win of the season. Eagles come up in the pistol set. See, they got a new running back in the game. Looking to air it out, throw it down the field, and is the incomplete pass. I was looking at the wrong receiver on that one. I thought they were throwing it even deeper, but they were looking for Hunter Bosman there, and he was not able to haul it in. But from what I hear, he was rather open. New York Mills still looking for their first completed pass of the game. New York Mills being forced to punt, end up mishandling the punt, and that one is blocked. Punter actually got smoked on that one. Oh, Cowboys can scoop that up if they want, but looks like they're going to get a roughing the punter penalty. Jackson Graves Bolte thought he timed that out perfectly, but might have been a hair late on that one. Yeah, they're going to call personal foul on that one. Yeah. It looked like he got there on time to me, but. Well. So they're going to go with roughing the kicker. That'll. Let's see. Breckenridge. It's up by 26, so I think they wouldn't be too upset about a penalty, but. Yeah. Fans always surprise me. Eagles get a ton of yards out of that one. Into Cowboy territory, actually, now on the 46-yard line. 5:15 remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And I can't tell if there's a timeout or if they're just bringing out personnel. Clock's still running. I don't know if we switched to running clock or not. Well, it's kind of confusion all around, so we'll just take a quick commercial break while all this gets hashed out. Breckenridge leads New York Mills 32-6. Here with just under 5 remaining in your fourth quarter. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We are your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
.54 remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge up 32-6 against New York Mills. Looking to put the finishing touches on this one, but they just picked up a roughing the punter penalty. So New York Mills try to capitalize it. And New York Mills has their backups in. And we got a fumble, but it is scooped up by the Eagle running back. Breckenridge still has their starting D in, but here come the subs. All right. And timeout to get the subs in. I don't know if they're actually going to take a timeout or if they're just doing it to stop it so they can get subs in. So now the backup defense is supposed to be rolling in there. And looks like they're actually going to utilize the timeout. This timeout brought to you by Highcam Construction. We'll take a quick break with them. 4:43 remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys up against the Eagles 32-6.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field, and we got the subs in now. New York Mills, after just getting back to the line on that last play, facing a 2nd and 10. They're going to do a handoff on the left side. Cooper Roberts was the first guy there to try to make the tackle. He missed the opportunity, but wrapped up and smoked to the ground by Avery Smith. That's an aggressive tackle. Smith listed at 170 pounds. He's a 5'10 freshman. I would not be thrilled if I got thrown to the ground like that. So I'll bring up 3rd and 7 after the 3-yard run. They're going to do a handoff up the middle. And looks like it's going to be a gain of about 4. One of the Cowboys in on that tackle, number 59, Landon Schillinger, 5'10", 190-pound sophomore. It's always fun to get these younger guys in the game, kind of a preview of what Cowboy football is looking like in a couple of years. Other than the guys, that we're already used to seeing every week, like David Erlinson, a sophomore. Couple sophomores starting on the offensive line for the Cowboys as well. So, Jackson Riggs, of course. That sophomore class, you watch out for them. When they're seniors, I think that's going to be a very fun team to watch. I'm looking forward to it. Even though I don't like to wish time away. Here we got a 4th and 2. They're going to go with a QB sneak up the middle, and they'll get the first. So Breckenridge's backup D will stay on the field. I was kind of hoping to get to see the Breckenridge's backup offense, because then we get to see hopefully Riley Kappas get a repeat of the Pillager performance. He busted out like a 90-yard run. Wild. Eagles coming up in the I formation. Got kind of the JV guys in here. And hand up the middle, Cooper Roberts, one of the guys in on the tackle. He's got some good length. Let's see what Roberts is listed at. 6'2", 180. He's a sophomore. Excited to see what he ends up growing to. Hopefully he's not done growing at that age like I was. I think I stopped growing when I was like a freshman. 2:16 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys will get their second win of the year. Still got to shave 2:05 off this clock before we can hop into the postgame show. We'll see if the Eagles backups can make something happen before then. Boy, that pile is moving. It's like a rugby scrum. I think there's 22 guys on the field. I think 20 of them were in that pile. 32-6, Cowboy lead. 1:35 remaining. Just trying to close this one out. Breckenridge. Looking to, hold them to 6 here. I know they would have loved to get that shutout, but they're just going to have to settle for this if the backups can take care of business. Ooh, a nice tackle in the backfield by Gabe Armitage. Looking forward to seeing him when he gets older as well. That was a very nice tackle there. And I know he's already getting some action as a kick returner. So we'll see more of him down the road here. Very excited about that. And Paul Armitage, of course. We're going to see more of him next year, too. He's a junior, so exciting future for Cowboy football. And Gabe Armitage again, baby. Making the stop on 4th down. Cowboys going to send out the backups for the victory formation. Excuse me. Bailey Evans going to kneel it down. Going to hurt his rushing average a little bit, but that's all right. .6 seconds remaining. I think 35.6 is the, that's the exact amount of time they scored in the second quarter. Fun little coincidence there. Cowboys in the victory formation. And had one last thing they had to kind of iron out first, and that will do it. Cowboys improving to 2-3 on the season. Oh, 2-4 on the season. My apologies. Breckenridge comes alive at the end of the first half, and then the fourth quarter catches fire. We'll run through all the scoring, run through all the stats. I got to add all that up for you really quick here. I got to, once again, I said I'm not looking forward to adding up how many carries Tegan Lawson had, but you guys know the end result you guys are looking for here. 32-6, the final score. We'll take a quick break. Come back with your post-game show brought to you by Miller Realty. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700 and make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapaton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
And welcome to the Miller Realty postgame show on B92.7 FM. My apologies, that was a way longer break than I intended, but I just wanted to make sure I had all these stats right, there's one little thing that's going to be bugging me that I'm not 100% sure. I'm 90% sure, though, so I'm going to give 15 yards here, and we'll roll with it. Anyways, Breckenridge coming away with a 32-6 victory over New York Mills, and my apologies once again as we jump into the scoring report. Bailey Evans and Dawson Weinbar hooked up for a 26-yard touchdown with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. 2-1 conversion was no good. It's going to be a running theme for a lot of this game. Paul Armitage went in for a 5-yard touchdown with 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Armitage also ran in for the 2-point conversion, make it 14-0 going into the half. Evans threw his second touchdown pass of the game to Paul Armitage for a 10-yard strike. 2-point conversion was no good, make it 20-0. And now David Erlinson went in from 44 yards out from Bailey Evans. 2-point conversion was no good again, make it 26-0. New York Mills got their first score of the game. Tegan Loston broke free for a 42-yard touchdown run. 26-6 was the score. And then Bailey Evans went in from 21 yards out to put the finishing touches on it to make it a 32-6 victory. Now to run through the stats that I'm a little conflicted on. I either got Bailey Evans for 195 yards through the air or 208. I believe there was like a 13-yard hookup that I feel like I missed somewhere. But you know what? I'm going to go with 193 yards. I think that's the accurate one. 11 for 16 through the air after, starting off 1 for 4, and then he was just lights out from there on out. Just under 200 yards passing through the air. Throwing for New York Mills, Finn Roeder got him 0 for 5 with an interception. Paul Armitage, the leading rusher for Breckenridge, 10 carries, 64 yards, 12 carries for 58 yards for Bailey Evans. Each of them had a rushing score. Lawson Oliphant had 7 yards off 2 carries. David Erlinson, 4 yards on 2 carries. And then the leading rusher by a mile for New York Mills, 28 carries for 170 yards for Tegan Loston. 15 carries for 67 yards 12 carries for 27 yards for Finn Roeder. And then catching the ball today for those 193 receiving yards, tentatively. Once again, my stats are a little off sometimes. 2 catches, 71 yards for Dawson Weinbar. 3 catches for 52 yards for David Erlinson. 3 catches for 29 yards for Paul Armitage. All 3 of those guys had touchdowns. Jacob Kunkel had a 12-yard grab. Cooper Roberts had a 29-yard grab. Also, Bailey Evans caught a 10-yard pass from David Erlinson. Forgot to list him when I ran through the passing stats. And then defensively, I did not get who got one of the fumble recoveries, but I know Trey Vogelbacher got 2 of them, and Bailey Evans got an interception in the game, and Alex Sanchez blocked a punt. So a lot of big plays made by the defense, and obviously a lot of big plays made by the offense, especially late in the game to pull away for the Cowboys' second win of the season once again. So take a quick break here on the Miller Realty postgame show and come back with what I assume are your favorite parts of the postgame show. Your play of the game, brought to you by Red River Agency, and your player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health. You're listening to the postgame show, the Miller Realty postgame show on B92.7 FM, and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that mom and dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for mom and dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and healthcare, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com.
And welcome back to the Miller Realty postgame show on B92.7 FM. Turner Bluff is here, and I got a lot of options for play of the game, which is brought to you by Red River Agency, your hometown agents in Breckenridge. And I think I'm just going to take the easy way out here. And I think I'm going to go with that touchdown right before halftime that Breckenridge got, because I think that was a huge momentum swing. Paul Armitage making it a 2-score game heading into halftime. You got to keep in mind, New York Mills got the ball to start the second half. So, maybe if they're only down by 1 score, they march down the field, tie it up, and all of a sudden we're in a dogfight. So, this game actually started off as a defensive battle, which is kind of surprising when you see the final result, 32-6 once again. But that's what I'm going to go with play of the game. Paul Armitage going in from 5 yards out for the touchdown. And Bailey Evans, he's deserved this so many times this week, and he's finally getting it. His player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health, here with you. And, he's got a lot of reasons to get it. He had almost 200 yards passing, 3 touchdowns passing through the air, also ran in a rushing score, was almost leading rusher, and also had an interception on defense to just, put it all together. Also, throw it in there really quick here. Also came up with that onside kick recovery, too. So, guy was doing a lot of great things. He was making tackles on defense. He was pretty much just showing he is a complete football player, and that is why he is the senior leader on this team. Also, why he is your player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health. So, that will do it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And, Breckenridge picking up their second win of the year. And moving on. Oh, my apologies. Ended up losing my sheet. Moving on to play Wadena Deer Creek. 2 games left in the regular season. They head to Wadena to take them on Friday next week at 7 p.m., and then they got the MEA game at home against Walker Hackensack Akeley. So only 2 games left of the regular season, 3 games guaranteed here, and they are getting some momentum going here in Breckenridge. 32-6 once again, your final score against New York Mills, and that will do it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of the night.
Tonight's Breckenridge football broadcast was brought to you by Action Realty, Breckenridge Public Schools, Builders First Source, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Hike Camp Construction, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Red River Agency, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Titan Machinery, Twin Town Villa, Vision Ford, and the Wilkin Drink and Eatery. Be sure to go to kbmwnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. Thanks for listening.